2. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We live?
Yeah, let's like it. Looks like it. Damn, that ain't like it's supposed to be. I don't know.
Everything looking good?
I see me right now. Hold on.
Slide in.
No, we're no longer live.
No.
Oh, actually, never mind.
Yeah. Oh, you see Seraph. Okay. That's what
No. I just saw your JC 2K post.
Yeah,
not the podcast post. Let me see.
Okay, good. Yeah. How about I do this right now?
Oh yeah, we are live.
Oh, you see me doing all the background stuff. Okay, I got it. We here.
Oh yeah, I see. I see Sarah too, sliding around and shit.
Oh, I might turn this one part off. Give me 1 second. Can my camera work now? Dang, I'm fucking it up right now.
Fuck you.
Give me like 2 seconds. I'm about to open this up and then.
There we go.
All right, we back. I had to go with that background stuff. I don't know what I was doing for a second.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. About to open that YouTube page on my Chrome.
Can everybody in the chat hear decently?
Yeah, how's sound out there for you guys?
How's sound for me?
No, I'm talking about for the chat.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, huh?
Nah.
Make sure to full screen it, JC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Starting on up.
Slide in.
Jeff, go and get it started right quick, man.
Ooh, how'd you do that?
Do what?
How'd you adjust it so it just focuses on all of our
That boy technical with it.
Oh, he just cropped it. Never mind. I'm wilding. All right.
When he crop, he just full screened it.
Yeah, it's full screened. It's not.
You.
I was like, what is he talking about? Oh, he meant this. Okay.
I'm ashamed.
You ready to get started, guys?
Everybody ready? You ready, Sarah? Start us up, Sarah. If you can hear me.
All right, we all ready real quick?
Let's do it.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hunters Association podcast, where we hang out and talk about solo leveling. I am your boy, Seraph. Joining me today is...
Your boy, JC2K. How you guys doing out there?
It's your boy, Trent Money.
What's up? Don Godfather, future Hall of Famer, JD Legend here. What's up, guys?
And welcome to the show, JD. Again, haven't seen you since the first episode, but you been busy?
We back now, man.
Strike boys.
Quarantine.
Strike boys.
Got the COVID-19.
Yeah.
Hey, I see the bounty in the background stacked up.
Oh yeah, always.
And today we're going to be talking about chapter 110 of Solo Leveling, the last chapter of season 1. What did you guys think of it?
I think it was kind of a mild chapter to begin with, but it's kind of setting up for the next season. So, I mean, it's to be expected. No real big fights happen, but, had a little bit of information in it. But, I mean, I like the chapter overall, though.
Yeah, same. I feel like, and we were kind of talking about it pre-stream. I feel like the chapter kind of gave me some vibes that there was some content that was not necessarily missing, but missing in like as far as being fleshed out. Like we kind of got a summarization of how his mom felt when I kind of expected a scene of, you know what I'm saying, like a scene to scene, like in real time type situation. But overall, I thought the chapter was good, and you know, obviously the season's been amazing so far.
I mean, I like the chapter. I would have given it straight up a 7 out of 10. When it comes to solo leveling, I'm kind of just hype all the time. That's kind of what the series does for me. But
sure.
I feel that. I feel that.
just because like the art and the characters, I love so many of the characters. But overall, it definitely was nothing really happened. If we're being honest, but there was a little bit of setup. I think what I'm really excited about is the last panel, like the second to last panel. Where they show all 5 of the guys.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, all right. Well, people were telling me that I
seen
the last 2 guys for the president. I thought they were the Italian nation level hunter and some other stuff, German, all kinds of other stuff. But
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but apparently they're presidents of the Japanese Association and American Association. So I'm like, all right, well.
We still got to see Huang Dong-soo and the Chinese national level and Thomas Andre. So that's still pretty cool to see in that panel.
See, that threw me off. I thought they were all nation level hunters until I got to my comment section and then people started correcting me. So I was all hyped during the chapter. I was like, oh, look at everybody. Who are these people? Who are they? But you know what? I think they're kind of foreshadowing to say who's going to be part of the next season. And I'm kind of
who's going to be the main people.
What's his name? Huang Dong-suk. That's an easy clap for Jim Woo, so I'm not even sure what he's doing.
Big time.
I was wondering. I was like, what's going on? Why is he here?
Yeah, what's he going to do? Why is he in the story? I don't know what's going to happen with him, but I mean, it's going to be easy clap either way.
It's because it's going to be his next hunt.
Somebody invite JD. He just said somebody tag him in the DM. I don't know how to do that necessarily.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I'll show and bring him in here.
But yeah, back to what you were saying, JC. Well, how do you guys feel about the dungeon turning red? Is it, in my reaction, I'm like, okay, do these dungeons turn red because Sung Jin Woo gets involved, or it's just a coincidence, or is he causing the change?
So for most red dungeons, they pop up randomly, like how we saw when he entered his first red dungeon. They said that it happens once every so often for B rank, C rank dungeons to turn into a red dungeon. And they would either go to that spot that he was in or the Ice Elves, and they specified those 2 only when he first entered. And the 2 S rank hunters, Bach and the other guy was talking.
Yeah, but it seems like a coincidence at this point. He walks in it's a B rank dungeon. He walks in and now it's a red gate. You're like, where'd that come from?
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, exactly.
I mean, is that really a coincidence or is something else happening?
It's either the system it put him in there just for shits and giggles, or they
I mean, if y'all look at it, every time he walks into a gate, it always turns into a red gate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be a reaction to him being the player or whatever the fuck into the system. Because I feel like if it just would have been a team dispatched into the a regular hunters team dispatched into the gate, it wouldn't have went that way. Because it didn't turn red. The first red gate we seen didn't turn red until Sung was already in it. Isn't that right? Or
yeah, that's correct. Okay. It really didn't start turning into red gates until he went into the game with the Ice Elves.
Yeah.
Okay, what level was he at? Around what level was he at that point?
I think he was level 39 to 50.
Yeah, somewhere in between there. I want to say maximum 60.
I'm talking about as in the ranks that they put him in. So is he A ranked at that point, or
when he got out, he said he was at the pinnacle of A rank.
Yeah. Well, no, or actually, when he got out, he said he was right at S rank.
Yeah, the pinnacle A rank heading to low tier S rank.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you guys? What do you guys feel like as far as you think he's ever going to get to confront what was her name?
Selner?
Yes, Miss Selner again?
I think so. I mean, I don't think America is finished with him yet.
Yeah, big time.
What they gonna do with him? What's the point of Miss Sullivan being back in the story? At least not for Jin Woo. I mean, she was terrified of him. I mean, he was looking like Goto out there. She had the face. She was sweaty. She was looking like I don't know what's going on. That she had the same face as Goto Ryuji.
She was looking like a ghost.
Hell yeah.
So why in the world
Goto
would
shook.
why in the world would she even meet him again? I mean, there's no point at that.
I mean, yeah, it's no point, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it's a reason for everything.
Yeah, she might not want to meet him, but he wants to meet her. As far as at least to know, get an idea of what's going on. I just don't know.
He wants to know what she saw.
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly. What do you guys? Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say, overall, how do you guys think of the season now that it's over? You know, what are your thoughts? What are everything about the season? What would you rank it?
It's hard to rank it just because there's no other seasons to compare it to. But if we're talking about like just
in general,
straight up opinion, just in general, I give it I give it like an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Well, here's the thing, right? So here's the thing, right? I'm trying to separate the amount of hype moments I had because when I judge a manga, if I just judged it based off hype moments, there'd be so many other, mangas that I truly enjoy. But when it comes to things that I look for specifically that would go into the upper echelons of like 9 and 10, I would need like more of a psychological in-depth look in certain characters and things like that. So from that standpoint, all we got to focus on was Sun Jin Woo, and there wasn't really much in-depth with other characters. But again, Solo Leveling to me, again, I'm always hyped when I read it. It's one of the best series I've read and enjoyed reading week to week.
Right.
Almost ever, to be real with you. So I know I'm lowballing it with an 8 out of 10, but for now I just want to keep it there because I feel like the next season might even be better.
Yeah.
So in other words, you don't want to get your hopes up.
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say, JD, compare it to other season ones of just other. I guess you can't really even say manga, but other first arcs of anime. I can't say first arcs
of Webtoons.
Webtoons.
Yeah, of Webtoons, or even I guess you could say even if we're just doing quote unquote seasons, you could say in comparison to an anime season one.
If I'm comparing it to Webtoons, as far as season, I mean it would definitely be up there. Just as far as hype level, what is done for like Webtoons, as far as like getting communities together, getting us together, and everything. I think it's done wonders as far as that goes. As far as like overall story and everything, I'll probably say about a 9. I'll say a 9. Yeah, I know I have my gripes here and there, as far as things being left out and whatnot, but I mean a 9, which I was still kind of pissed off because something was left out in this chapter, but that's here.
They still leaving stuff out, huh?
Still leaving stuff
yeah,
out.
they be leaving things out from the light novel. That's
they
for sure.
leaving out. They leaving out. It hurts my soul because it was a part I really.
Because there was some really good parts in the light novel that like I wanted to see in the webtoon.
Right, but we'll cover that in the light novel segment. Don't worry about that. So.
Hey, Jay Alexander said 8.5 because JD said so. So okay, I feel you. All right, that's what.
All righty.
I'm going.
No, he said because of
Limitless said 10 out of 10.
No, he said because of like JD said, a lot of times the art has gotten us more hype than necessarily the story itself in some aspects.
So I'm going to go with like I'm going with a 9 because when I started reading Solo Leveling, like everything else I was reading, I was covering what is it, Black Clover. I was covering My
Shout out to Black Clover.
Trash Clover.
What?
Whoa,
shout out to
Get out of here, boy!
I'm sorry.
Trash.
I'm not
it's
going
mid Clover. Mid Clover.
Yeah.
Okay, mid Clover.
It's okay,
Stop.
Clover.
We'll call it mid Clover.
Y'all gonna stop
So
this.
I was covering other series.
Y'all the same people that's with that Boruto slander. I don't like that.
Ooh, hey, hold on! Don't say y'all. I read it.
What you mean?
I'm on Boruto weekly or monthly rather.
I haven't caught up yet, so it was trash when I was reading it. But
See,
okay, all right, okay.
I didn't start reading it to this current arc, but it's hidden.
Boruto does stink.
The current arc is hidden. I haven't read anything other than this current arc, but it's hidden.
Boruto is fire, sir.
So I was covering other series, like I was saying, and then I got into Solo Leveling, caught up, and started covering that series, not exclusively, but at the same time, it's just everything else kind of just petered off. I mean, because I can't compare it to like a One Piece or
Right.
a Naruto or Bleach that's coming back and everybody's on that tip for whatever reason all of a sudden. But I can't
Side
compare it to
note.
anything like that. Go ahead, man.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, so I'm saying I can't compare it to anything like that. But with everything else that came out around it, I'm like, I gotta call it one of the best series, at least season 1 that's came out recently.
Yeah. So before I guess give my side note, I'd rather drink bleach than watch it. But
Whoa,
really?
Hitting hard with that one, bud.
But no, I only watched a few
episode.
episodes. I just wasn't really like it. I wasn't really feeling it. I watched like 17 episodes and it wasn't there for me. But as far as the season goes, bro, kind of like JC said, like, and it may be because it's also I think the first like webtoon I read. So I also don't even have a lot of season 1s webtoon wise to compare it to. I think the shit is pretty good. You know, like rarely is something that's just starting out this hype continuously for this many chapters. But like JD said, it is missing, I guess you can kind of say a little bit more like maybe even psychological, maybe not even just psychological, but like character development stuff. You know what I'm saying? That could really give it some like flavor. But yeah, other than that, I have to go ahead and give that an 8.5, 9 out of 10. If it really was hitting deep with some like in your mind shit, like it should be like, oh, dang, you know what I'm saying? Then I think it would break the scale. You know what I'm saying? If it gave you some like even some slight like, I can't even think of something that executes it well. Let's say like Death Note.
Well, Trent, let me ask you this. On season 1s, what season 1 would you say was better? Tower of God or Solo?
I had to say hype wise, I got to go with Solo Leveling. The thing is, Tower of God does give me a little bit of like, okay, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to know what the like the motives behind like what these characters are doing. You know, each character in Tower of God, if it had that Tower of God like backstabbing like their own personal things, I think it would be. I think Solo Leveling would be 10 out of 10. I think the only thing that Solo Leveling has over Tower of God is probably the artwork.
You're gonna change your tune on that
soon.
Heavy. Don't worry.
Does it change?
Like in a bad way, or
no, in a great way. Like Tower of God art is God tier, but you haven't reached there yet. But you're gonna get there.
I still have yet to reach that too.
So it started out trash and it got better. That's what you're saying. I feel like what you're saying.
Yeah, it's what I mean. If you don't like the first season art, then you know. I mean, hey, second season it gets a lot better. Trent, you're almost there. I think like in a few more chapters, you're gonna see the art change, and like once you get like towards mid season 2, toward the end, it's gonna be completely different.
And don't get me wrong, it's not even bad art. There's some fighting scenes in scene 1, and it's like I like how it's done. You know what I'm saying? I like the kind of loose style, but dude, just the way that they put together that Solo Leveling is tough. Like niggas just tough in Solo Leveling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But what do you guys feel like, or how do you guys feel about the direct call from the chairman? Like chairman's just hitting them up directly, like, "Yo, nigga, we need you."
I mean, go ahead.
I feel like it was expected, to be honest, because like if something is gonna break out like that, who would you call? One of the best hunters out here, or like
the best hunter?
But for
in a career,
B-rate gate though.
Yeah, but it's close to where he is compared to like everybody else. You know what I mean?
Like
it would probably take an hour or two for like the other guilds to get there, while like the outbreak would already happen and hundreds of people would probably die.
Well, it's not outbreak until 7 days later. I mean, the gate that sits there. So I mean, like Jinwoo just soloed. I mean, not the whole island, but he just basically soloed an island. Jeju Island. I mean, come on, a B-rank gate for Jinwoo? Like what? Why are you calling him for it?
Oh, Jeju.
To get it out of there as fast as possible?
I mean, I guess.
Hey, give this nigga a break though. Damn, he just jumped right back in there. I felt like he jumped right back into a gate hella quick.
Yeah, he finished Jeju and just immediately, oh yeah, B-rank gate busted out in the middle of the city. You want to come take care of that?
Now, notice he's executing it just like how we have been talking about it chapters. Like he's just he didn't move. His hands was in his pockets. He just like watching this niggas get off and gain that XP share. He was just soaking that in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys think that they bowed out of their own volition, or like it was kind of like I don't know if you can say that he commanded it, or if he kind of like impressed that upon him? You know what I mean? Like I don't know if it's like his
What you mean?
Like okay, like obviously they're subjects of his. So like,
oh, you talking about the shadows?
Yeah. So like,
okay,
yeah. Was that just like a kneel of their own like consciousness, or was it kind of like a move that he did basically? Like, okay, I'm gonna have these niggas kneel to me as I walk through this. You know, like, I'm sure he can like just have them kneel out of his own will. I'm assuming.
I think they just do that just because he's the Shadow Monarch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like they would have done it out their own accord.
Yeah,
because simply because of the fact, like, we immediately saw Beru when he first spawned. He kneeled to Jinwoo. When Igris spawned, he kneeled to Jinwoo. You know, like the two top tiers of their shadows kneeling. Once they see one of those guys kneel, the rest don't probably just drop.
Yeah, that's just the first time we've seen everybody just bow down like simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also Beru be kind of like punking the other shadows.
If y'all don't deal to this dude, we fighting.
Right. I think Beru be punking them a lot, but that's just me though.
Like they're taking lead. They're taking like Beru's like second in command almost.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
So, I mean, he's the strongest shadow. So I mean, and he's the only general rank.
Yep, he is the only general rank.
Yeah. So if you're going by like ranking, you know, they would just follow behind him.
So if he kneels, everybody else kneels. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, did you guys notice when they first went into the red gate and when they were all kneeling, it was him and Igris up front, and they kind of were like side by side at the same time? Did y'all peep that? See, that's something I found interesting because I've always believed that there's going to be maybe like a little internal squabble, like not anything crazy, but like a funny little squabble between who's going to be Sun Jin-woo's right hand.
Right hand? Oh, that's tight.
Because it's always been Igris.
It has been. You're right.
Igris has always been his right hand man at all times.
And Beru can talk, and Beru is so loyal to Sun Jin-woo. He's like, yo, I have to be Sun Jin-woo. Because you saw him, right? You saw him when he was like destroying all the little tiki monsters, and he was like yelling in the sky, like, I did this for Sun Jin-woo. Like, for my
niggas.
I did this for my liege.
Yo, I don't know if that's the case, but I'd hope that would be something that they would address. Or maybe they just don't do it at all. Who knows?
Now, Jay, do you think Igris eventually starts to talk himself as well?
I really want him to. It would be so nice if he could talk. Because I feel like
a couple chapters ago, they were saying that maybe once they start to level up to a certain level, so maybe general level, they start talking.
JD's like, I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah. Look at him. Oh, see? Let's look at his face. Look at his face. So I figure he's gonna start talking eventually. I mean, he'll get there, and then you might see the dialogue between the shadows, and maybe some disagreements. Not anything wild or anything, but
just them fighting over who's his right hand man.
Could be. There is some comedy in Soul 11, so you can see it.
Oh yeah. Also, since this is the end of season 1, I had to rep the shirt today.
Where you get
that? Oh, did you buy that from Soul11.net?
Nah, I ain't get it.
Let me see the shirt. Hey, do it one more time, bro. My bad.
Stand up real quick. One more time, baby. Ooh,
yeah, bro.
Show that off, baby.
Drop that link.
Send it over.
All right, I'll send it over. But
solo leveling merchandise.
Because every time we do this podcast, we gotta all put it on, dog. We gotta be squad.
I mean, y'all already saw the poster I had. So.
Yeah, the poster is tight.
Oh, matter of fact, you're right. Solo poster would be raw. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, I was just thinking like, I don't think it'll be too much internal struggle because I just think all the shadows respect the hierarchy that Jinwoo has put in place. So whether Igris or Beru, his right or left hand or whatever, I think they're just gonna fall in line. Because I mean,
has he put in the hierarchy really?
Yes.
I mean, he kind of just like lets them do what they want. He tells them what to do, but I mean,
yeah, he tells them what to do, but
the hierarchy is already placed in the system, though.
Yeah, the
so they respect that. You know what I mean?
The strongest one is Baru. So when Jinwoo's gonna come into a strong opponent, his first call is gonna be Baru.
Okay. I mean, I don't see a reason why he wouldn't.
Just like when Igris was the strongest, his first call to handle, a strong opponent will always be Igris.
So Baru is basically the power mark. So let's just say if he can't beat him, then Jinwoo's like, okay, then let me go and get into it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going.
That's just me though.
I'm gonna give you that one.
I'm just saying, given the history of how it went, how things been going.
So Jay, like we've all given our opinions of what might happen in the future, because we just been speculating. So what do you think is going to happen in the future? Just maybe next couple chapters, maybe next arc. If you just had to theorize a little bit, what do you think is going?
Which Jay?
You.
Okay.
You.
Because there's
I'm gonna be JD. You be Jay. That's how we're going.
Okay. All right.
There's a JC, there's a J, there's a J.
Yeah.
It's a lot of J's here.
JD being JD said, I don't know about this nigga having.
I didn't. I was just trying to separate him.
Nah, but JD got it because he actually has J and D. I have J and Y, so that's fair. For the future, I definitely see Thomas Andre is definitely going to show up somewhere. He's going to be like, all right. I think the reason they showed Hwang Dong-soo in that panel is because he's going to be the driving force for bringing Thomas Andre to Sun Jin-woo. The fact that he's already in contact with the United States means that there is now an actual link between Sun Jin-woo and the United States, and Thomas Andre is going to use that to his advantage. So I feel like that's going to happen for sure. I also think Lucy Gang is going to take an interest in Sun Jin-woo. I don't know if it's anything malicious yet, but from the type of character I saw him to be, he wished that he's basically said, I wish I could have fought Beru. Right. So if he wish he could have fought Beru, he's gonna be like, I want to fight the dude who fought Beru, or at least I want to meet him, because he seems like that type of, I wouldn't say noble hero, but he has that Goku complex where he's just like, man, I want a strong challenge. I want to fight somebody. So he might just want to fight him on some friendly stuff. So then that might be how Lucy Gang and Sun Jin-woo meet together. But I feel as though there's gonna be Japan's gonna be upset for sure. They're gonna be sad, but I hope they go out sad because I'm glad they suffered. And like every single thing that happened in Japan, they deserved it. So I have no sympathy for them. What I really want to see is a country that we haven't seen named yet, because they mentioned France and Germany and stuff like that. I want to see them come into the picture. So I think there's gonna be a major threat with a bunch of the monarchs, because it seems the U.S. know about these kings. There's going to be monarchs, maybe like 2 of them, that show up and cause havoc, body somebody, leave, and all of a sudden it's going to be a global crisis where all the nations are now squabbling to deal with that big threat that's coming up. And I feel like we're going to have a lot more global issues more than just country contained issues, if that makes sense. I feel like we're going to get on a global scale now with Solo Leveling. So that's what I think.
So do you think Sung Jin-woo is on the level of nation level hunters right now?
Yes, but I would like to hope that there is nation level hunters who are stronger than him, and even possible nation level hunters that have the same ability to level up that he does.
So you got more players coming into the mix. If that's the case, then
yeah. I think if that's the only way that anybody that is, I think it's reverse. I think that's the only way anybody is even on his level, because at this point, I don't think that I don't know the difficulty of this gate now that this went red, but I don't think anybody besides Sung Jin-woo is literally being like, okay, this is just going to take about a week. You know what I'm saying? Or about however long he said it. You know what I'm saying? As far as clearing and just like going and basically he made it seem like he was just going to kill everything, you know?
I do have a question about that gate for y'all when you finish, Trent.
Oh, no, go ahead. That was basically it.
So I want to know y'all's opinion on why do y'all think he didn't obtain any other creatures he killed in this B rank gate?
These other creatures, these newer creatures?
As far as like, gaining them in shadows.
Level wise, probably.
But I mean, you can level them up.
Yeah, I mean, this might be unless you're hitting at something that we don't know.
No, I really don't know. Like if you're looking at, if I'm saying it from a Light Novel's perspective, he also didn't raise these shadows up. in the light novel.
Okay, so
So
I mean, it's a B rank gate. So just because it turns to a red gate, does that make all everything in there stronger, or does it?
Usually red gates are A rank, aren't they?
yeah, red gates turn into either A or S.
Maybe he just has no interest in swapping them out because I can't imagine him having I can imagine him really only caring right now about his like main like boss guys. You know what I'm saying? Specifically. You know, like
Unless he comes up with something that's super powerful or something like that, he's not going to just
Yeah.
raise up these, low level shadows. I mean, there's not
Yeah.
really a reason to, I would guess.
and the ants could fly, so I guess you could say that's an exception. Like it's just another something that could give him a different advantage as far as his other like minions. But yeah, maybe these guys just I think they're either A weren't strong enough or he just really didn't have no interest in it. He's just trying to clear this and get up out of there.
Okay,
But
I was just interested because I always thought thought that as well, why he didn't gain any shadows.
Whoever the boss
during
is,
this game.
though, I think he might try to get the boss, depending upon whoever the boss is.
Now, if he does arise one of the shadows or the boss in this gate, that will be completely different, and and a new shadow that wasn't his before. If they do that, so I'm actually interested to see because they never said what type of monsters was in the gate in the light novel. They just said, "Oh, hey, here's the gate, blah blah blah." He goes into it, and then
These guys look human.
And then he just clears it out.
Yeah, he just clears it and he walks out the gate.
I don't know if you guys peeped that. These guys look human.
Yeah, have there been any type of? I mean, you can say the ice elves are humanoid, but I mean, you had the orcs, you had the elves. I mean, you had with the demon gate, you had them. But I mean, has there been any human type people in these gates?
I mean, unless you count the gate when he first got the monarch ability, Ignis and the other knights.
Yeah, because these things on their faces are just masks. I mean, their eyes are like we don't see one without it. So I guess they don't look human. They're just humanoid-ish. But yeah, the bodies just look like regular strong ass humans, and like an African tribe. Nigga, that's really what. Oh, I'm actually seeing clawish type hands. I guess not.
Okay, so Rick said in a comment, wouldn't taking more creatures to level them up just be a waste of time compared to what he already has?
I don't know because I feel like what do you guys call his lowest rank soldier right now?
Probably B.
Yeah, I was gonna say B, close to A.
I would say
So if there ain't, go ahead.
No, I would say considering the amount of soldiers that he could have had and the amount of ants he could have basically gotten, the quality of his soldiers must be extremely high at this point because he killed millions of ants, bro. Like those ants are not weak. Like those ants are not weak in any capacity.
Right.
Like A rank hunters will not survive if they fight those ants. So if that's the case, it seems as though Sun Jin Woo is probably going to be in retirement for recruiting shadows unless he's gaining extremely powerful shadows.
Right.
At least I would think so.
Yeah, you gotta come automatically at like a S rank to even catch his eye. I guess you could say as far as
even like A rank. I feel like a nice A rank, a bunch of A ranks would be a powerful addition. So I'd say B would be like the nice low point for it.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So I have a question for you guys. So in terms of the side characters that we've seen for this entire season 1, who do you think is going to be prevalent along with Sun Jin Woo when they go on to clash with other countries?
Baby girl.
Baby girl.
Cha, he in. Cha. Cha's gonna be there.
I mean, for me, there's two baby girls now. For me, there's two.
No, there's not.
No, it's not. It's only one.
Oh no, there's definitely two.
Yeah, there's definitely two.
Seal?
The B rank healer? Y'all sleeping on her for real?
Yeah, we ain't fucking.
You mean the one that's at home making oodles and noodles right now?
Listen, bro. She is the first one. She is the first. She had the courage to tell Sun Jin Woo, like, listen, when you done being a hunter, come put a baby in me. That's literally what he told her. I said, okay, I'm here for this. Okay, she's different and she's pretty and she cared for him when he was at his weakest. Listen, you know what the streets say. If you
I
don't
know.
love me at my worst, okay?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't love me at my worst, that's all I'm saying.
The streets also say you love me
See
at
ya,
my
Dave.
worst, and then you love me at my well.
But she never left him though.
Yes,
You know
she
what I'm
did.
saying?
She left
Listen,
her.
B rank healer for me, she always got my heart because she a day one. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I love Cha. Cha's my
I
baby.
mean, that's fine. I mean, some people like Seal the best, but you know.
Like what Seal? Yeah, they acting different. I don't know.
Yeah, some people say she's numero uno.
No, that's cap.
I mean,
Hey, that solo community, bro, is like that.
They just like the exotic. They're like a demon girl. No, we don't need all that.
The exotic.
I like the demon girl, boy.
So what you trying to say? It's the purple hair?
He said the
It's the
exotic.
purple haired, pointy ears.
Yeah, the ears. It's the ears. The ears
It's
do
the
it.
ears.
It's the fangs,
Ears
dog.
do.
The fangs is what do it for them.
Dad looks like Dracula. Like, come on, man.
Oh, God.
I would like to see some other side characters, make it in the story, but I mean, unless it's like Beck, because he has. I mean, Choi maybe might get in there. I mean, they'll show up every now and then, but I don't think they're going to be a part of the story. I think Cha is, because I think she's the strongest among all of them. Just to be honest. Okay, then she's probably going to be there. And besides that, probably nobody else. Because Jenny Woo's so solo, just like the name it suggests, that he don't really need anybody with him. He has an entire army with him at all times.
True.
So it's kind of
defeats the purpose.
To have other people with him, unless it is a part of his guild, which there's only one person in there right now.
I would like to see my Duke for real. Karate dude.
Oh, Master Ma?
But
Master
why
Ma.
though?
Master Ma.
Because he's wrong. I don't know why I like him, bro. He always got a smile on his
It's the afro.
It's the fro.
Yeah, that's my nigga.
It's the pro.
I just think you feel bad for him because he got his arm. Barbara.
No, I liked him before Barrow. Barrow tore him up. Barrow really hurt that man, but like
he got juice.
He was like the most positive S rank out of every S rank there. He had the upbeat attitude. He was ready. He was like, "Oh yeah, we could do this." Even when he lost, he was like, "Oh yeah, we just lost. It's okay though."
Yeah, and he just like to throw hands. He's just an old school, rugged, happy dude with a fro. Like how can and he got the traditional
gi on,
a simple man.
Bro. He's a simple man.
I
Get left out in that story. This was gonna happen.
He's probably one of my favorite S ranks out there.
I like him too. Same.
I like him, bro. I like my dude.
I had like this whole time during my reactions, I just called him with that's my guy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Every time I was sad what Barrow did to him. I was really sad. I was like,
hey man,
they had to do him dirty like that, man.
They didn't have to, bro. He tore his arms off like a Lego. I said, that's not what I wanted to see.
Yo, all I wanted was when Baru tore his arms off, I just wanted to slap him with it. That's all I wanted to see.
That would have been
slap him with the arm. The disrespect.
Yeah, I would have to close the panel.
Waist deep style. When the game slapped old boy with his hand as he chopped it off, that's what I wanted to see.
I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed when Barrow took off Goto's head, but he didn't carry his head and roll it like a bowling ball. The Sun Jin Woo spit. I was really sad.
That would have been tight.
Or deliver in a box. That would have been tight too.
He got off screen that I was mad about that, so I can't.
But I mean, technically he ate Goto's head, so
did he eat? Oh man, he did actually. Right,
he did. He ate Goto's head. So.
Forgot about that. All right.
Yeah. I guess my only complaint overall season 1, I would say, is that he got through everybody super quick. And I wouldn't say super quick, but by the time the villains got great, he didn't struggle. He struggled, of course, with the snake, with things early on that, of course, were life threatening to him. But now these things are huge, and it's it's light work. But don't get, like I said, I mean, I enjoy it, but.
That's a good point you bring up about how he struggled early on, because a lot of people when they come to criticize the series, they like to say that Sun Jin Woo kind of just solos everybody, embodies everybody, and I'm just like, if you read in the beginning when he fought Raksha, that snake, bro, he was strong. Yo, that snake was literally about to kill this man. He barely beat Raksha, and for me, that's what I'm like. I really like how he had to work tooth and nail. There was no plot armor or nothing. He caught that W for pure hard work and determination.
He would have lost Demon King.
Yeah. So
And it takes a lot of practice to get him like to not practice, but like he's had to figure out this whole thing and like how his demons were going to like how they gain experience and in what ways he could use them and stuff like that. And I mean, when we started the story, he literally had the title of like basically the most trash nigga out there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Mhm, the weakest,
Yeah.
the weakest
The
hunter.
trash nigga.
I just think for most, traditional anime and manga, people that read it, they're used to their characters struggling so much and then gaining power
Exactly.
and then
It gets
struggling
weird.
again.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Jeju struggled at the beginning, and now a few things have been light work. I mean, I guess the last couple arcs. I mean, he struggled a little bit against Baron, but he didn't take a hit, JD. But
Bring that back up. I mean, the guys in the chat here are saying that he would have definitely lost to the Demon King if he didn't get saved by Old Girl.
Nah.
I doubt that. I think
That's
Demon
cap.
Because
King-
I think it still would have came close, but he would have pulled it out.
he would have pulled it out. I think
Yeah.
it was that the Demon King was harder to. It was more a difficult opponent to hit because he had such arsenal at his disposals. Like for you, there's some opponents that you may be stronger than physically, but to actually touch them and get to them
Just
is
bad
like
matchup.
a whole ordeal. Exactly.
Well, I will say this, give y'all something to think about. I think the reason why he struggled with the Demon King was because the Demon King was just like him. The Demon King had an army he could summon. The Demon King had daggers he also had.
Mhm.
On top of that,
he was in the weapon.
I don't think
Right.
he had any mana issues, did he? Because I think Demon King.
no, he didn't have any mana issues.
Got a big
He
ass
was
dragon.
setting
So-
left
so-
and right.
Dragon. He had a dragon.
Right, so I think the reason Sun Jin Woo had more of a problem was because the Demon King was pretty much just like him. He had the army, he had the mana, he had the daggers. And we
And-
all know the Demon King daggers and how OP they are.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Sung Jin Woo wasn't fresh when he fought him.
He was not.
I mean,
Well,
consider
he was
fresh because
kind
he
of
has,
fresh.
because he has potions that
Yeah, the potions.
replenish
Yeah, I
his
get you.
mana. So
Yeah.
he's always technically fresh.
But did he
Yeah.
take a hit though?
Oh my god!
Somebody in the
I'm
comments
asking
here
a
Oh,
said
question.
my
I'm
God.
asking a question.
He got rebounded.
Jeff said he got hit.
Come on.
Everybody said he got hit with you.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he got rebounded once, bro. He got rebounded into the floor, and that was about it.
That's a hit. That's a hit marker, sir.
All right. That's fine.
All right. Light novel segment time with me and Seraph. What's up, Seraph? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right, man. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. All right, let's get into this
Well,
light novel
welcome for
segment.
joining in late.
Well, hey.
Hey, man, yeah, thanks to care of it. It was understandable.
Burn us, bull. No.
Well, no, we're going to be talking about old spots. Old spots.
Old stuff. All right.
There's a lot of dry
My gripes-
saliva on this.
My gripes with this chapter and the ending of season 1 is that I think they could have added the part that they left out, which was the confrontation between Go Gun Hee and the association president for Japan.
Ooh,
Mhm.
Oh.
Yes, they
that would have been
did have
spicy.
that. I was kind of mad that
that
we didn't get to see that at all.
Right. So if they was going towards, in correspondence with the light novel, that would have been this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think they're holding it off for the first chapter of next season?
I hope so.
I
Honestly.
really hope so, because
Because that is a very pivotal moment that happens in the series because of what was said, how it was said, and the implications that happens after that with Japan. Because something happens to Japan after that confrontation.
Somebody in the chat says that it's going to happen next season. I think they're responding to what you're saying.
I hope
Yeah.
that happens next season.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I hope it happens next season, like the first couple chapters, because seeing that the confrontation between Go Gun Hee and the Japanese president would be pretty big, considering the fact that right after the Jeju Island, Go Gun Hee was like, "So Japan tried to snake us."
Now, I have a question for the night novel readers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Aside from this chapter, overall season 1, because that's stuff that we've long passed and probably won't see in season 2, is there anything that we that we did not see in season 1 that we aren't going to see in season 2, like for sure. Like even back then to when we were talking about the fight with the snake or whatever, like anything that you wish, other things that you wish would have been added.
I mean, I think the only thing I wish would be added was the confrontation between those two. The rest of the stuff is like, take it or leave it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think they can, implement a few words and sentences here and there for it to, make sense or whatever. But yeah. But I think other than that, that's about it for me. What about you, Sarah?
In the light novel, we got to see a lot more of Jinwoo's mom compared to the webtoon. Like, we would see, like, read little snippets of, like, him hanging out with his mom or, like, just talking, going shopping together and stuff like that. And there was, like, this one little snippet for, like, when he was selling the Orb of Avarice, they missed out the part where another hunter was testing the Orb of Avarice. Like, not like the magicians that Jinwoo has or Tusk. An actual another hunter when he was trying to sell the Orb of Avarice. Because they had to get it.
Somebody uses it and kind of tries to see if it was if it was like
legit,
How was his reaction?
And in the light novel, the reaction of the tester, he was just astounded because the hunter was an ice mage, and he froze the entire room with the Orb of Avarice, and he was like, "What the fuck? I can't even do this without like myself,"
Okay, I got you.
So like, and then like the guys that Jinwoo was trying to sell it to was like astonished, and he was like feeling bad that he was like trying to jip him out of it, So like, I just wish we could have seen that little snippet there for the testing of the Orb of Avarice.
Yep. So yeah, just a few little things that were left out that hurt my feelings because I think y'all would have really enjoyed that confrontation because it showed how much of a boss Gogan he actually is.
I mean, it could be in the second season to start off. I'm not sure where the second season is going to go, so it's never.
Yeah, I have no idea how they're going to start the second season off, but I'm interested in seeing
when you see Gogan, he hit the Garp vibes hardcore because he. I don't even want to say anything about it.
So. Yeah, just hold that off.
He hit the Garp vibes. That's all I really got to say about it.
All right, so I think that would do it for light novel segment. We if me and Sarah start talking about light novel stuff, we might not stop. So
yeah, exactly true. I got a question. Right. What was your favorite part of season 1?
Who, me?
Everybody here. What was your favorite part of the season 1 of the webtoons?
Jay,
because there was a lot of good segments, good parts, throughout all of season 1, and I just want to know which ones were your favorites.
All right, let's go with you, Jay. What do you think?
This is tough. Okay, there's so many good parts. If I'm trying to think of the most ridiculous live reaction I've ever had, I think it was when Goto got his head taken by Beru.
Oh, never mind. I was like, no.
It's either that, and I know I think I know what moment you're mentioning, and that's probably the laughed ever. So I'll let you add that one.
Okay.
But when I thought Goto was gonna clash with Beru, I was like, oh, we're finally about to see somebody. We're about to get a good scale of how strong Beru is. And when he took this man's head off, and the fact that I missed it, I didn't even see people's heads on the floor beforehand. I said, wow. Beru is different. I think Beru is like the best part of solo leveling for me personally. Just him destroying everything he saw besides Sun Jinwoo. Those 2 chapters, I just couldn't contain myself. Those are my favorite parts of the series.
Yeah, he pretty much got off screen, and I was upset.
That was amazing to me.
Goto got clapped.
I mean, like it was hype, but at the same time, it's like he got off screen. I'm waiting for this fight. He's fodder at this point to Beru. I was like, man, that was crazy. At least to me.
Jeff got it right there when he helped his mom.
Jeff. I was like, Jeff got it. Yeah,
he hit the heartwarming part right there. That's for sure.
Yeah. When Mama will walk up and say, "You did a good job, son," I started crying. I said, "Boy."
I was about to be dropping the tears though, to be honest, because that was like that was hitting.
I feel you.
What about you, JC?
Trent or JC? Whichever one y'all want to go next.
Goto Ryuji versus Jinwoo. Okay, so the fight wasn't. I mean, like it wasn't really a fight because number one, Jinwoo was just literally dodging. Like Dragon Ball Z, you're not as strong as me, you're not as fast as me. It's literally dodging the punches, and to the point where he is smiling at Goto Ryuji, looking at him in his face while he's trying to punch him, smiling at him like, yeah, this is just light work. And then when he decided to get serious, I mean, Jinwoo had two people having to stop him, and Goto only had one having to stop him. When Goto thought about it in his head, the fear on that man's face, that you could just feel it through the picture, looking at his face, sweating, knowing that he was about to die if Jinwoo was like, if it got serious. That for me was that was it. I was like, okay, he's the strongest in Korea and Japan at this point. And then that's when everybody in my comments was, nation level. And I was trying to fight against it, but at this point, you really couldn't, even though I was still trying to fight against it. So that was my favorite part. And then Beru came and messed everybody up. It messed everybody up. Just side characters didn't mean nothing no more for me.
If I would say my favorite part, I would say it's probably between the Ice Elf arc where he first obtained iron and tank and everything, or the first Arise when he got Igris. It's between those two because when he first became a monarch, he first arose Igris and all the other shadows. That was epic as hell.
Right.
Because it was like, even though we all play video games or seen necromancer skills and anime and all of this stuff, the way it was done in solo leveling was completely different, and it made necromancer cool.
Necromancer
it made like if you had a choice between what kind of power, you would actually think about choosing necromancer now. At least Jin Woo's style of necromancer.
Yeah, I'm about to say his style of necromancer. Yeah.
Right, at least his style. And if you're going to and if you're looking at the Ice Elves art, where he completely, took over the lead, took down the Ice Elves. It was the first time he showed off his power. The first time he actually sent his army out. He got 2 brand new shadows. He got Tank. He killed another human and turned that human into a shadow, and proceeded to use iron and Igris to take down the Ice Elf.
At that point, I forgot he could even do it. And I was like, Arise. I was like, oh, okay, this is over.
Right. So I was like, them two is like wasn't what for me. I can't really choose out of it. But I'll just say those two are my favorite moments.
If I were to just pick one, I'm gonna have to say I might have to say the opening like arc there. I was watching the live react to the first arc. I don't know if you guys haven't subscribed to Townsy, shout out my nigga Townsy, go ahead and do so. It was it just reminded me how on the edge, like how on edge of my seat I was. You know what I'm saying? Like that really was what, like, I don't know, like that really stuck with me as far as like, okay, this is some shit that's going to be tight. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was like, okay, I'm definitely into this. Like some things you get into, like let's say Unordinary, people have got me on that. Even Tower of God, I guess you could even say I wasn't like instantly hooked, but
you was when you found out what happened at the end of season 1, though.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I was still hooked I was still hooked before then. I was still hooked like during the games and stuff like that. But but with this, as soon as like that dungeon went south and shit really started hitting the fan and like bodies were dropping, I was like, okay,
yeah,
like niggas was getting cut, like we're getting disintegrated. Nothing but the ankles left. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Those commandments. All right, what about you, Sarah?
For me, it would have to be between the first summon and when he summoned Minmune. Because the fact that, like, the way he summoned Igris, he failed the first 2 times, right? He had to look at the throne and then look back at Igris and go, instead of protecting an empty throne, you should protect me instead. Like, just those words for somebody who is protecting a throne for whatever king it was, and made him arise to be loyal to Jinwoo. That's what hit right there for that one, because it was just such a nice scene to see, And then for Min Byun, you guys already know, because when he summoned him, he immediately walked straight to Cha-hai and healed her without Jinwoo telling him to do so, And then Min Byun and Bak Hyo, they both looked at each other and smiled, knowing that it was going to be the last time that they see each other. And that's what hit me right there the most. So it did have to be between the two of those.
Okay.
You go for the sentimental moments, and I was like,
right, the real sentimental moment.
I was like, I don't want it to be
like
arisen.
If I would have chose a sentimental moment, I would have chose when he got the potion to heal his mom.
Yeah, when his mom woke up, I was done for. So
right, that was a sentimental moment.
That was a real sentimental moment right there. That'd be the third for me.
So my question is, what do y'all expect for season 2? Like, what is your expectations going into season 2? Do you expect it to be better than season 1? I mean, obviously we all do, but do you expect it to be on a different level? Do you expect to learn more about the national level hunters, the two mysterious people that we saw at the end of the Jeju raid? More about his dad. What do y'all expect? What are y'all looking forward to in season 2?
Bringing about his dad, we got a question from Jeff saying, assuming Jinwoo's dad plays a large role in the manhwa, what would you like to see him doing?
I don't know what his dad's. I'm so lost with his dad right now. He came out of this gate for however long, and what does he know? What does he know about Jinwoo? What does he know about the system? What does he know about the gates in general? Because you go back all the way back to chapter 1, and they're saying they're different dimensions. So if the gates are different dimensions and different places, what does he know? It's so much questioning.
What is this big catastrophe that he's speaking of, this pandemic or whatever?
Yeah, he got some explaining to do. I want to see it next season.
He's got we need answers, damn it.
All right, Trent, what about you?
Man, I honestly don't know, because it's kind of like it really has to. I don't really want to say this, but unless we get, I want to get more into the system, and I want to get some more information, just other stuff, and I guess more world building, because I feel like it opened up hard with it, and I feel like it did keep it going, but I really enjoyed the parts of him figuring out what's really going on. And obviously right now he's just consistently mopping through people. So I feel like if it's just more meathead stuff, it'll drop in quality. But as long as we still get splashes of what's going on and story and world building, I think it'll all my expectations will be met.
Okay, Jay.
My expectations are honestly just like I mentioned before. I just want the story to explain to a global standpoint. So basically, I just want to see other countries involved, and I actually think this season might be better than the first season, just because I feel like we're gonna deal with things on a grander scale. So the grander the scale, it's not really a president, but the grander the scale, I feel like the better the series might become. Okay. And the more characters, more light that are going to be shined on other characters other than Sun Jinwoo. So it's possible it might be better.
So when you say that,
go ahead, Trent.
I was just going to ask when you say that, you're wanting, what do you want their involvements to be? Because I feel like at this point in time, it's just got to the point where even we were talking about a couple episodes ago about what his guild will consist of. It's almost like most other people besides friends would get in the way, So what role would you want them to have?
I think God, I keep forgetting his name, and I'm upset that I keep forgetting. But the little homie that's always hanging around him,
Jinho,
Jinho, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be prevalent. I think his sister's friend, the girl, the E-rank hunter, she's gonna be in there as well.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about it. Here we go.
And I honestly, knowing Sun Jin Woo, that might be all he has in his guild. No, knowing Sun Jin Woo, he might just have those, and maybe some random guys.
That is something he'll do.
It really is. He'd be the type of guy who would send in like 10 E-rank hunters and have all his shadows go in there, and they do absolutely nothing and just get money. So I can see that going on.
Like he did with all the C ranks gates.
Yeah.
Jay Alexander says it. I found it interesting. His father always saved people. I found that interesting too. I thought I thought that adds a good twist that he was a good guy. At the very least.
That is very interesting. That they did add that in there. That his father was a firefighter. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah, they didn't say anything about his father being a firefighter in a light novel, did they?
No, they did not. So that's what I found really interesting about that.
Right. So that was interesting.
They just adding lore, huh?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with adding lore. Give us some backstory.
Give some nice backstory to it.
Yeah.
Because then we always knew that he was a good guy, and when he became a hunter, he was out here saving people. And before he got trapped in a gate, he was still saving people because he was out here saving his homies from the gate, throwing them out the gate, and then he got trapped.
All right, guys, I'm gonna pull a Knox. I need 1 L. You got to lose to somebody, and I'm just saying, he got to lose to somebody. As of right now, he's mopping through everybody.
I will not say anything.
See, Knox isn't here, so you got to.
We got to do it in his place.
Okay, so you want to be the Knox this episode?
All right, sorry, Jay.
Go ahead, Jay.
I want him to lose Lucy Gang. I love Lucy Gang. He's raw. I saw his design. I'm like, yeah, Lucy Gang. He's different. Lucy Gang.
You ain't like the Thomas Andre design?
I didn't like the what?
The Thomas Andre design?
Thomas Andre the Giant?
with them tiny little Hawaiian shorts. I don't like that at all.
Tattoos, blonde hair, long blonde hair, and everything.
It's ridiculous. He's white. He looks stupid. I'm cool.
Brother, no, he got out the chair. He's on the floor.
Oh, man.
I'm fine, bro. I'm fine. Lucy Gang, though, yes, sir. I want Lucy Gang to give him that L.
Yeah, he got to take that L sometime, man.
Okay, so JC, who would you want him to take an L to?
Oh, I don't think he's gonna really take an L to a nation level hunter as of right now. I don't think he's that strong. I don't think he's as strong as they are. He will eventually, level up and be stronger than them. I don't think that he's gonna take a full L to one of them. If they do clash, it's gonna be something. Hold on, I don't know about Thomas Andre. I don't know if he really wants to smoke, but he's not gonna lose to Thomas Andre.
The way they were showing.
Chinese. Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. The way they were
I was gonna say the way they were showing Thomas Andre going, yeah, nobody touches my shit. I think he wants to smoke.
I mean, given how they set Thomas Andre up, they set him up to be like the strongest nation level hunter there is.
Really? He's the strongest?
I'm saying that's how they're presenting him.
Are we leaving out the two mysterious portal makers?
Yeah, I'm going to assume that the word monarch's been thrown around, so I want to assume that they're monarchs, whatever the kings or whatever that means. So I feel like they're more in game. I want them to be more in game, but if he runs into one of them and loses, I'm fine with that too.
Or at least just takes a retreat, I
want an L. I want it. Like you lost. There's no denying it. There's no you slipped up and fell on some ice or something. Nah, full L.
A full L. Straight punch to the face, dog.
Like Baru's knocked out a couple times, something.
Yes, indeed. The L's will be given by somebody, according to JC. Somebody is going to give Sun Jin Woo that L.
We are not here to say anything. We vanished from thin air.
So, as far as during this break goes, what do you guys think about having we know we talked previously about a ranking stream or other things like that? What do you guys thinking? Have any good ideas rather?
I I mean, I wouldn't mind doing like a tier list ranking. We could do like either ranking favorite characters or ranking power levels, or what we think power levels may be from all the characters of season 1, or that was introduced in season 1. Well, what do y'all think in the chat? Do y'all think we should do a tier list of power scales from all the characters in season 1?
Or maybe like a guild build, some comp or some shit like that. Between all the, I guess, available or all the known hunters.
All right, boys, I gotta dip out.
All right, boy.
All right, Jay. Have a good night, man. Sleep well. Have a good rest of your week, my mans.
Everybody have a good night. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Oh yeah, dude. It's always a pleasure to have you on here, man.
I appreciate it, man. You guys take care.
All right, boy.
You too, man.
Peace.
I'm going to say, yeah, we should do it because I got some strong feelings about the people after the Jeju Island art. I got some strong feelings. People going down.
Definitely other prediction streams as well, as we kind of continue to theorize and on our own times and stuff.
Yeah, we do predictions too.
Yeah, we can do a prediction stream. That'd be pretty tight, to be honest.
How long do y'all think the series will be on hiatus? I don't know if y'all asked that before.
That usually varies depending on the on the editor, the artist, and stuff like that. Because we had times where like we would wait 2 weeks for a chapter to come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That corona though, that's
as long as homie don't catch corona
Exactly,
or cancer or
like,
something like the Gosu artist, because like Gosu was on hiatus for like a year and a half because homie caught cancer. And he wasn't even done with that season yet. He was like midway through.
What?
For Gosu?
Oh.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with it like 2 months max.
Yeah. 2 months is too long. I'll give you a month, bro. You gotta get.
I'm gonna go 2 months max.
I was going 3 to 4 weeks. You talking about 2 months?
Yeah.
2 months max.
And for Webtoons artists, it tends to vary a lot.
Yeah. I mean, because
especially.
Coronavirus,
for instance,
level 100.
Yeah, coronavirus is definitely a nation level hunter.
Coronavirus is a monarch.
Coronavirus is a whole monarchy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say 2 months maximum, month and a half at least minimum.
It's gonna be really depressing next Wednesday when it's Wednesday at least a solo level, and I'm like,
that's when Tower God comes in handy.
Come on, man. We only got a high school.
Tower of God, got a high school hardcore leveling warrior.
Right now, I'm only I'm reading Tower of God stream, but I'm really enjoying the hell out of
God of
High School.
Hey,
I'm reading all three of them right now.
The action to get you every time.
They really will.
Action to get you every time.
I'm sitting here like I'm caught up in 2 out of 3.
It's wild.
Seraph, we hurting right now. We ain't gonna have solo or beginning after the end.
I know for a minute.
We are hurting.
That board goes up in 2 days though.
You got 53 chapters to get through, Buckaroo.
Right, there's still time, JC.
Dragon Ball Super too. That most recent arc is gas.
It depends on how they execute that arc. As of right now, light gas. It's
light gas.
It's good for Dragon Ball Z.
For what? Got a high school?
No. The most recent super arc in the Dragon Ball Super manga.
I'm not reading it.
It's
somebody sent a link.
Yeah, it's good for what it's.
Red Breaker. All right, so Jeff said if we have a Red Breaker, we should.
The Breaker, bro! Man, that goes hard. Knox got me on that right there. I dropped everything and finished it.
Oh well.
I dropped everything and caught up on that shit so
that's
fast.
A good one.
And the Breaker new win too. Man,
that's a good one. Y'all give us some recommendations on what we should check out since Solo is on break.
Yeah, the Breaker.
And also
the Breaker, and then there's the Breaker new win.
Are we wrapping up or?
I guess we can wrap up if y'all don't have anything else.
I'm good on this side over here.
You good, Seraph? You good?
I'm pretty solid. Jay Alexander suggested we do Webtoon impression episode
as a break episode.
Yeah.
What webtoon impression? Is it a certain webtoon or?
What do you want us to read, Jay? What do you guys want us to read for this impression?
Right.
Oh, New Waves, not New Wind.
So it could be like something like, so he suggests something to read like the first maybe 10, 20 chapters and then give an impression of it. Maybe 30.
Yeah. Is it possible to do a group read through for the first chapter of something?
We can try and figure that out. I mean, I guess we can kind of like set it up like we are now, and then we all just
read it.
Read it at the same time.
I mean, I don't. I don't really know.
I think it's gonna be pages ahead. Like, wait. What
I mean, yeah. I mean, we
you
all
know how fun that would be.
We all read differently at different speeds.
Yeah, considering the fact that I can read at least 200 chapters within the day.
Right.
Bro.
So I don't know. But we gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for today's stream, guys. Thank you guys for rocking out with us. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get up there for y'all. Trying to get up there so we can get y'all some merch, and I'm gonna try to get us a logo made and everything. So, you know, just keep supporting us. Just keep supporting us.
Oh yeah, we're almost at 100 subscribers. Definitely share that up. We appreciate you guys for.
Yeah, we appreciate everything that you guys have been doing so far. Like hopping into the live streams, coming in and watching, giving your guys' theories and everything like that. It's definitely something that helps us out a lot. So we really appreciate it.
We actually should do some guests, especially over this next week while we have predictions and stuff like that. Maybe, of course, like showing some appreciation. We can have some of you guys hop into streams during, you know, like these, you know, the predictions or whatever the hell, you know, every so often.
We should also leave a link to the Discord in the description below as well.
You want to make the Discord for everybody?
Yeah, kind of like make it.
Yeah, we can do that. Also, we will be doing a Webtoon show since we since we won't have solo 11 for a minute. We will be starting that up soon. We don't know exactly when yet, but
or what to cover really.
Yeah, but just be on the lookout for that. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to know when we do start that up. Y'all be ready and know. But that's all we got for today. Hunters Association out. Till next time, y'all. Peace.
See y'all.
Peace.